the Grand Hotel of the South. It's the Peabody in Memphis, Tennessee. Hello, everyone. I'm Bob McLean, along with analyst Charles Carpenter, here to bring you another exciting edition of Karate Kickboxing. Tonight, a non-title bout between world heavyweight champ Anthony the Electrifying Amp Elmore going against the number 8 ranked contender in the world. He is William Eaves from down in the small town of Vernon, Alabama. Should be an interesting fight, Charles. How do you see the two guys sizing it up?
Bob, Eaves has fast hands and a lot of quickness. He should challenge Elmore in the early rounds. This is a big opportunity for William Eaves, and I'm sure he'll make the best out of it. Eaves' head is suspect, and I think Elmore will catch him before the end of the 7 rounds.
We'll see if the Amp sends him back to Vernon, Alabama, a loser tonight. Also on the undercard, the semi-main event tonight, Kick USA welterweight champ Jimmy the Jet Bland from down in South Haven, Mississippi. He will be taking on James Woodfolk from Indianola, Mississippi. That'll be in a 6-round non-title bout. We'll be back with all of the action coming up right after these messages. Stay with us. Then from the Peabody Hotel in Tennessee, Bob McLean and Charles Carpenter with you as William Eaves, who you see right there, prepares to take on the champ, Anthony the Amp Elmore from right here in Memphis, Tennessee. A scheduled 7-round non-title bout. Eaves is from Vernon, Alabama, and earlier today, Charles Carpenter spoke with him and asked him to hold on.
William, you're fighting the electrifying Anthony Amp Elmore right in his own hometown in a 7-round fight. What do you plan to do to avoid the strong kicks of Elmore? He's known as one of the best kicking champions in the business.
Well, I don't intend on doing anything to avoid them. There's not much you can do to completely avoid it. I'm going to try to weather them and maybe counter off of them. I really don't know. I just have to react, when they start coming at me.
All right. Did you do any special training to get ready for a fighter like Elmore?
Yeah. I don't know if special is a good word, but it was some real intense training to get ready for somebody like Elmore.
All right. Now, a lot of people in the karate community feel that the champ has been on the throne for a number of years now, and he's ready to be dethroned. Have you seen any weaknesses in the fight tape that you've looked at on Elmore?
Every fighter's got weaknesses, but Elmore's he's a tough fighter, and like I said, he does real well keeping people off with those strong kicks. And as far as anything specific, now, I'm just gonna, get in the ring and just react to whatever happens.
Now, one thing that's also stated in the business is that Elmore starts out very slow. He normally fights title fights, which are 12 rounds, and in the first 3-4 rounds of the fights, he starts out pretty slow. And do you have any particular plans to take advantage of his slow start?
Well, he may fight this fight different. He may not start slow in a 7-round fight. I don't know. I hadn't seen him fight a 7-round fight, but I'm gonna look at him first round, and we're gonna see. I'm going to let the corner tell me what they see. They can look at things better than judge it, and they'll give me some good advice, I'm sure, between the first and second rounds.
All right. Well, you've heard it. William Eaves with a very cautious approach, and I'm sure we have an exciting 7-round fight.
Okay, thank you, Charles. We are back at ringside. As you know, the champ, Anthony Elmore, fighting here in his hometown tonight, and as you would expect, the crowd is going to be up for it. He's going to give him probably massive support. Here he comes now into the ring. The belt, of course, being brought traditionally ahead of the champ. Anthony Elmore with a pretty severe expression on his face as he climbs through the ropes. Looks like he's definitely got his game face on tonight. Coming into this fight, the Amp weighing in at 215 pounds. That'll give him about a 15-pound weight advantage over Eaves. Both fighters are approximately 6 feet 3 inches tall, so no height advantage, although the Amp probably will have the kicking reach advantage with those long legs of his. Anthony Elmore is a champ who's been around a long time. Let's go back to a close-up look at the champ, Anthony Elmore. Anthony Amp Elmore battled his way into the national kickboxing spotlight, defeating Demetrius Oak Tree Edwards in Memphis in 1982, winning the PKA World Heavyweight title. Elmore would defend that title 6 more times. In 1984, he switched sanctioning organizations and fought and won the Karate International Council of Kickboxing World Super Heavyweight title, defeating Super Heavyweight contender Super Ray Williams in his hometown in Memphis. Not happy with just one title, in 85, a year later, Elmore fought for and won his second world championship, defeating #1 ranked contender Gentleman Bill Morrison of Charlotte, North Carolina, becoming the Kick World Heavyweight champ. In his last title defense, Elmore scored a 12th round TKO against local rival and Kick USA heavyweight champ Melvin Hitman Cole. Coming up next, kick world heavyweight champion Anthony Ant Elmore battles number 9 ranked contender William Eaves of Vernon, Alabama. Right after these messages.
This is the main event of the evening. Now, introducing the principal. First, the challenger in the red corner from Fayette, Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause for William Eaves. And now, in the blue corner, from Mississippi, with a contact awarding record of 31 wins, no losses, 1 belt, currently holding 2 world titles.
Herman Holyfield and Anthony Elmore loving up.
He is the world super heavyweight champion. He is TNT. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the electrifying Anthony Elmore.
And the hometown champion getting a warm reception. You noticed his grinning, Charles, as you mentioned, as the laces went into the gloves there. It seemed like he was almost getting a kick out of the introduction himself.
Well, the tussle with Anthony Elmore on the one step, that's from Tony Palmore in Miami, Florida. Elmore felt that fight was taken from him, and he's always labeled it the step. So that was the introduction by Bill Elmore.
Hey, wait, when you're in your hometown, you can be introduced any way you like, right? You're looking at referee Bob Kendall, who will be handling this fight. This is scheduled for 7 rounds. It is a non-title fight. I noticed that Eaves introduced me from Fayette, Alabama. Actually, his home is Vernon. I guess Fayette is the next nearest large
Fights out of Fayette, Alabama. He brought a big contingent of fans from Fayette, Alabama. Maybe he purposely did that with the introduction.
So the instructions from the referee. 2 fighters touch up, and we're just about ready to go here in round 1 from the Peabody.
Very unusual for Elmore to fight a non-title bout. He felt that this would be a good tune-up to keep him sharp because he's looking for a fight against Brad Epson.
We all know how bad Brad can be, so he'll need a good tune-up. Looks like Eaves is prepared to give him one. He doesn't look intimidated at all. Comes out aggressively in the opening moments here.
Eaves is very quick and has very fast hands. So the viewers should watch the counter kicks of Elmore versus the hand combinations of Eaves.
Elmore known as a counterpuncher, of course, and so far getting good extension on the round kick with the left leg.
Eaves will give Elmore a lot of movement to really exploit his quickness and should try to get in with some good hand combinations on Elmore and back out before the countering of Elmore comes.
Both these fighters, as we said, virtually the same height, checking in at 6'3", but the champ, Anthony Elmore, looks substantially bigger than does Eaves because of the weight advantage and because of his long legs at the impact.
Under Karate International Council of Kickboxing rules, the weight limit for heavyweight would be between 200 pounds and 220 pounds. The difference that you see that Eaves comes in at the bottom of the heavyweight limit at about 200 pounds, and Elmore is at the top, weighing in about 220.
Elmore just stalking Eaves across the ring now, trying to cut it off on him. Eaves throws out the left, which is deflected by the champ.
In this round, Elmore is feeling he sees what type of power Eaves will have. Then I think you'll see Elmore starting to cut the ring off on Eaves to try to go in to tease out.
He's keeping that left hand a little bit low, too. The amp with the good right, they're looking for an opening there.
Here you see Elmore again waiting to try to get the countering kick in on Eaves, and Eaves is giving him a lot of movement so far in round 1.
And unless I'm mistaken, Charles, each of the fighters gotten in their mandatory kicks here in the round. And there is the buzzer. That is the end of round 1.
Hear the crowd yelling, kick and move, and that's exactly what Eaves did on that last technique. And I think that's what has to do, to stay away from Elmore's power.
Oh, did you hear that right, man? That one really slammed in there.
Defend the power by the world champion.
Was that roundhouse kick, and really hooked it in there on him. There it comes again. Another one that just pops in.
Always
good
left. that will hurt Eaves very badly.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Phil.
Eaves has to keep moving. If those kicks start to slow Eaves down, I think Elmore will start to catch up with him with some of those things.
We were thinking the same thing. I was just about to say that Eaves has got to use the weighted disadvantage to his advantage in terms of quickness and keep away. And here comes the champ again, getting back in the ropes now in the corner and pummeling left and right into the head.
Eaves again is able to stay away with his quickness. Elmore is yet to catch him with any hand combination.
Anthony's trying to cut off the ring and come in and do some damage, but so far Eaves keeps slipping away.
The crowd is really into this fight.
A lot of encouragement for both sides. Anthony Elmore, of course, the hometown hero, and William Eaves has brought along a large contingent of his fans from down in Alabama.
Well, you see Eaves on his bicycle this round. The champ catches him with a good countering roundhouse kick.
And there's the bell that ends round 2. And we will be back in Memphis at the Peabody Hotel in just a moment.
After 2 rounds, I had the score 20-19 in favor of Anthony Elmore.
Closer than perhaps a lot of people would have expected, given Eaves a kill. The right and left combination drives Elmore back. Along with a following left leg hook kick in there.
I think Elmore sees now that Eaves does not have the power to really take him out, and I think he'll start to press the fight a little more.
Yeah, Eaves has got pretty good quickness, but he doesn't really appear to have that knockout punch. Good height.
Physically, Elmore appears to be a lot stronger than Eaves, and I think he'll start to muscle Eaves a little more. You can just see Eaves' quickness is making the timing of Elmore off just the percentage, just enough to make him miss.
Eaves trying to come into the body with a kick.
He's come in with a real good fight strategy. He's trying to stick and move on Elmore, and he just doesn't have the power to kick to get Elmore off balance.
Weight advantage and the reach advantage Elmore has with those long legs really don't tell now. Every time he slaps one of those in there to the body of Eaves, you can really hear it. Couple of good lefts, hooking in over the top from the amp.
You can see Elmore with a little more intensity, picking up the pace in this round.
Left jabbing Eaves back into the corner, top the ring on him.
Well, I'm surprised to see Elmore. He's following Eaves around the ring a lot more than he probably should.
He surprised me a little. He got Eaves back in the corner and then didn't really take advantage and follow up on it.
Well, he didn't cut the ring off. That's why Eaves was able to escape and get away.
Yeah,
good roundhouse kick upstairs to the head of Eaves.
Left jab from the champ. Right misses.
Elmore is starting to try to measure Eaves now.
Sticking that jab out in his face. Wants to get the range and then maybe fire for effect. Right misses at the buzzer. That's the end of this round. Let's keep it right here. See if we can go into the amp's corner, Charles, and hear what advice Mr. Holyfield has for him. That's just what you were talking about. Cutting the ring off and then getting after him.
Right. Coach Herman Holyfield said, stop following him around. And here you'll see some action from round 3. Is still missing because of the elusiveness of Eaves.
Well, they say seeking you shall find. The amp has been doing a lot of seeking, but very little finding here in this round.
Here you see some good hand combinations, but again,
Eaves uses that quickness to just slide off it.
Very deceptive.
Wasn't really hurt that much. The punch tagged him a little bit, but it wasn't completely soft.
Well, we'll see if Elmore heeds the advice of Coach Hooker.
We're going to round 4 of the scheduled 7th rounder here in Memphis, Tennessee. Anthony the Amp Elmore, the champion in red, and William Eaves in the black. And a flurry of punches from both fighters as we start round 4.
Elmore is picking up the pace now. He's trying to heed the advice of his corner man, Herman Holyfield.
Wild right from Eaves misses, and he almost slipped down.
Elmore is standing a lot more flat-footed, and now you see him cutting off the ring instead of trailing Eaves around.
Eaves apparently is slowing down a little bit, too. He's probably having a little bit more difficulty escaping from the camp at this point.
Elmore now is trying to set up some big hand combinations. Whenever the champ gets flat, put it up with right hand.
That one caught him, and Eaves is down. And this is going to bring over referee Bob Kendall. Going to give him the standing 8. Eaves says, yeah, I'm okay, I'm all right. I just slipped. Of course, he had a little help in that slip. Elmore comes right back in on top of him again, throwing left and right. Eaves is trying to battle back and can't quite get there as Elmore blocks the punches, glove high in the head.
Good roundhouse kick by Elmore.
That one landed. Another one right to the back.
Elmore is showing his experience now.
Another right just missing from Elmore. Eaves dodging around. He didn't get his head out of the way quick enough that time, though, and the left caught him. And he's down again for the second time in this round. And once again, as he makes his way up into the corner, the ref, Bob Kendall, comes over and gives him the standing 8. And here's the amp right back to work.
Now, this is a non-title fight, and there is a 3-knockdown rule in effect. The 3-knockdown rule is in effect.
Oh, Elmore's just unloading on him now on the ropes. And there he goes again. And just as you said it, Charles, there is the third knockdown, so that should be it.
Referee Bob Kendall starts.
Well, wait a second.
The count realizes.
Wait a minute, I don't understand what's going on here because the referee, he's got himself back under control here. For just a moment there, I think the ref, Bob Kendall, lost sight of the fact that the 3-knockdown rule was not waived for this fight. Could be because of the fact that Anthony Elmore is, of course, the champ. As you see, Eaves go down for the final time there. Because the amp normally is in championship bouts, the 3-knockdown rule was waived, but not, of course, in this fight.
Right, that was the first knockdown. Here we see the second knockdown by Anthony Elmore as he pummels.
The final one as he slides down into the
third knockdown
into the red corner, and that'll be all for Mr. Eaves. And he looks like he'd had enough. It's up a game fight, though. I'll give that to him. Eaves came in with a pretty well-conceived game plan. And here's the announcement from Bill Elmore.
By knockout, by Anthony Elmore.
That's another one of the W column for the amp. Charles Packender. He has made his way up ringside. We're going to talk to the Anthony.
Well, Sam, we can talk up another one for the electrifying Anthony Elmore. There was a little concern about the stopping of the fight, and of course we explained on the air about the 3-knockdown rule, and referee Bob Kendall confirmed that there was a 3-knockdown rule, and in his opinion, William Eaves could not continue. What was your call at that point?
Well, the referee's job is to stop a fight or let a fight go on. It's not my job. My job is to take him out. That's what I came here to do. And even if the referee hadn't stopped it, it would have been a matter of time. There was nothing here tonight. Like I told you, I was going to take this guy out, and I came in to do a job, and I did just that. However, if the guy feels dissatisfied with the decision, I fight anybody in the place in the time, and I offer the guy a title shot. So if he's willing to take that, he and I can go every game.
All right, champ, let's look at the slow-mo monitor and describe what's going on here.
Well, right now, I caught Bill with the right hand, and I knew by the time the referee was getting the standing 8, I knew his head was busy. I didn't want to take my time and go in there and get him because I wasn't going to let him off the hook. So I go in there, and I was thinking I was going to go low to bring his hands down, but I was trying to hit him with another right hand, as you see right there. I grabbed him, and I throw another right hand. I'm just waiting to try to plant. I put my feet to kind of divert his attention a little bit, and I kick to kind of bring his hands down because I wanted to kick him with that right hand. And I'm thinking what I'm doing. I'm playing calm. I throw a right hand, I miss it, but I'm still waiting to throw that right hand. I'm managing him, and I hit him with the other right hand. I caught him once. What I want to do is get a clean shot. Now, I knew that the 3-knockdown rule was in effect, and I wasn't going to let him off the hook. So I know when I go back at it, I'm going to go in there and kill him this time. So the referee told me I can go. I went at him, and I just was methodical and being very purposeful. I was really how hard I'm winning. I'm throwing hard, punching, throwing everything I got. I hit him, and I came up with the uppercut. I think that's what it was, the uppercut. Yeah, I caught him with the uppercut. And, of course, I thought the fight should have been over with. I was kind of confused right there, but I wasn't going to let him off the hook. And, boy, I think I rushed to get into him, but I think the referee stopped me. I think I rushed right there.
Back to you, Bob.
Okay, Charles, we're out of time. So on from Memphis.